Hello everyone. Good evening.
Good evening, sir.
It's great to meet you this evening. I think our discussion is going to be great for the person.
Thank you, sir.
My name is Paul.
Yes, Paul.
May
Nice.
you please introduce yourself to us?
Thank you. My name is Tabla Robert, sir.
My name is Maureen Ngono. Nice to meet you, Paul.
Great to meet this couple.
Thank you.
What job do you do?
We work with an organization called Internet for Humanity. Yes.
I did not see it.
Yes.
Internet for humanity.
Humanity.
What is Internet for Humanity all about?
Internet for Humanity is an organization that was established to help the common person. It is based in Canada, headed by the President, Mr. Robert Potter. Yes.
Can you please explain in details about this organization?
Thank you, Mr. Paul. Like my wife has told you, Internet for Humanity started way back in Canada by a gentleman by the name of Mr. Robert Potter. It is an organization that is looking at uplifting the lives of people via the use of technology. So from Canada, this organization is spread to other countries, Uganda being one of them. But your question was me to try to explain Internet for Humanity in detail. Like the name sounds, Internet for Humanity. Internet, that means it's to do with the computers. For us, we decided to help people via computers. So what we do, we install computer labs in various areas or groups of people whom we feel are much suffering. So we want to use the technology, we want to teach them how do you use the computer to benefit you in the day-to-day life. How do you use computer to help you as far as agriculture is concerned? How do you use a computer in a school setting? You know, our schools don't have libraries, and these are the things that pulled us to bring this organization to play here in Uganda, sir.
Thank you. Well, for the sake of Uganda
Yes.
in particular, when did it start?
Internet for Humanity in Uganda started in about 2011, but much active starting end of starting the beginning of 2012. So it started in Busoga region, and it has now spread to other parts of the country.
Now, how old is it in brief?
How old is Internet for Humanity in Uganda? We've clocked about 10 years, and more than 10 years ever since it was started over in Canada, because it first went for some years in Canada and Namibia before it came over to Uganda. So it's more than 10 years, but in Uganda particularly 10 years.
Which country now is it supporting?
Internet for
For
Humanity,
humanity.
yes. It is started in Namibia, like he has said. Then it crossed to Uganda. It has plans of going to Congo. If at all the situation settles, this COVID situation, it has plans to go to Congo. But I would say it is more popular in Uganda. It has more sites here in Uganda. Yes.
Personally, I'm a Ugandan
Yes.
and a full complete citizen.
Yes.
One of the greatest challenges we are facing as internet users is the cost.
Yes.
It is very expensive. We are finding it hard to run the systems that require internet.
Yes.
How cost effective is internet for humanity?
Thank you. That is a very good question. How cost effective is Internet for Humanity? Internet for Humanity, like I told you, we are working with internet, but we're not working with the usual internet that you are working with. We partner with some other organization outside Uganda, and one of them is called Pivotal. So I want to look through this camera and say thank you, Pivotal, for the gadgets you give us. Thank you for the premieres, the software, XGET. You are so great. So, like you've seen, I've been thanking a particular company in the US called Pivotal. what Pivotal does to us is they give us softwares and they give us the hardware. This hardware and software are so sophisticated in a way that the kind of internet they provide is what we refer to as, it gives us what we call compressed browsing. Compressed browsing, in short term, we are able to use little internet and yet achieving the same purpose like you who is using your usual internet. Giving a case example, for me in particular, if you gave me 1 GB, 1 GB can take me probably for 2 days or less. But because I use what do we call XGET, that software that was developed by Pivotal, with 1 GB, I'm able to run more than a month on that 1 GB. And yet in the normal environment, it would only take me a day or two. So I think you can see how cost effective this internet is. That is what our friends, our sites that we've given our systems are enjoying, sir.
Indeed, I'm getting moved by internet for humanity.
Yes,
now,
sir.
who qualifies for this system?
For the question of who qualifies, I would say everyone qualifies. But Internet for Humanity here, it is targeting the farmers, medical centers, schools, and organized groups of farmers. When I say farmers, I mean organized. Yes.
You started from individual.
No. Because if we went in the video, it would be so hard, to really to cover everyone. So like she said, farmers, and farmers particularly, we look at cooperatives. Because those are groups that have been licensed by, in Uganda. If you want SE, that means you are a licensed farmer. Then we got schools. Anyone who is in the school, but also we only working with secondary schools, not primary schools or levels down. We only going for secondary levels. And then we go to, we said schools, we look at health. So we are serving the medical section. Medical section, we have sites that we've been given pharmacies, medical centers, so we are working with the health people. Currently, we've also involved in what we call CBOs, computer-based organizations, because they are those who are working directly with the common person. So, who qualifies? Those are the teams that qualify. But also, we have a working MOU, Memorandum of Understanding. You are Ugandan, and you know it is hard to deal with a Ugandan. Under circumstances where things are free. So we have a memorandum of understanding. So if you are there to accept what is in the memorandum of understanding, that means we are good to work with you, as long as you are part of those groups we have mentioned.
Great. But
yes, sir.
In your explanation, I've realized that you are doing very heavy work,
Yes, sir.
which needs coordination. One shouldn't assume that you are working in isolation.
Yeah.
Which other organizations are you working with to make sure that you fulfill your aspiration?
Thank you, Mr. Kasulepo. Like you said, in most cases, it is hard to work in isolation. We always want to partner with people so that we have a full force that is going out to the people. So I want still to look through this camera and mention those people. One, we have an organization called Pivotal. Like I told you, Pivotal gives us the software that I've told you. At some point, I'll sit with you and teach you and take you through how XGET works. So Pivotal gives us XGET, and it also gives us the gadgets. So I want to say thank you, Pivotal. Thank you, the president for Pivotal, and the workers. You've been so supportive to us. We always go with questions back to them because these are software issues. So we always bump back to them when we have issues, and they come back to us and they answer as well. So once I thank you, Pivotal, for standing with us. The other one is called OneX computers. So these also are able to gather for us refurbished to use the computers, laptops, because when they come here, they are brought here. We are able also to use them and take them to the field for people to use. Like the other organizations I can talk about, we have our fund matching organizations, those who will handle our funds, our donations. We have Raymond James. I want to say thank you very much. We have Schneider. We have the Schneider Electronics. So also thank you very much. Many other companies that are coming on board to work with us. But in particular, I want to thank we have a certain gentleman, Mr. Andrew Nuran. Thank you very much. That gentleman is a young gentleman like us, like me, our age, my age mate. But Andrew has been so instrumental as far as Internet for Humanity is concerned. He has worked on a number of projects. We have a website running, and we have a lady behind our website, Flemings. We want to say thank you very much. She has been Michelle Flemings. Want to say thank you very much. Michelle, you do a great job. Currently, our website has just been changed. You have done a great job. Thank you very much. So many are coming on board. So we don't work in isolation, but those are some of the people that work with us.
That is great. Now, as a Ugandan still, I have full experience
Yes.
of the operations in Uganda.
Yes.
We have some briefcase organizations.
Yes.
Is Internet for Humanity one of them, or it is officially recognized?
Thank you very much, Mr. Gasule, for that question. Internet for Humanity is officially recognized here in Uganda, and I would say it is having a certificate of recognition. The NGOs in Uganda, they know Internet for Humanity. Answer your question, I would say yes, we are recognized.
I've registered a lot of successes before you even endeavor to explore them.
Yes, sir.
Which people in particular you need to thank for those successes?
My wife, should I handle that or should I handle that? Okay, thank you.
Yes.
Like you said, which people in particular would we love to thank as far as the journey of Internet for Humanity is concerned? First of all, I want to thank the president of Internet for Humanity. One, he has done an incredible job to see that Internet for Humanity is where it is today. And of course, behind a successful man, there is always a successful woman who backs up the things. So I want to thank you, Ma'am Pam. You have supported the president up to today. So you are a great woman behind the success of our president, Mr. Robert Potter. I want to thank the board. Like I told you, it started right in Canada. So being an organization, it is not a one-man thing. It is a registered, fully registered charity in Canada. That means it has a board, a full board, which supports its work. So I want to thank the board of Internet for Humanity right in Canada. You have done a great job. You've looked for donations. You've done incredibly well. I also want to say Internet for Humanity has also spread to the US. We also have a branch over in US, actually registered independently in US as Internet for Humanity. So we have donations coming from the US. And so I want to thank the board over in the US. Thank you very much. You have done incredibly well. Thank you. I cannot thank everybody, but I want to say thank you very much. You've done great.
Just like you have said that you have faced challenges here and there,
Yes.
but people have been there to give their hand and continue their success.
Yes.
But amidst there, can you share some challenges you have faced since its establishment? Because you said it started way back to
2011,
12. There must be greater challenges. Can you share them with us?
Thank you. Challenges are part of life. In challenges, when faced with challenges, we forge a way through tomorrow, see how to go through challenges. So I want to say when this organization started in Uganda, we had challenges. One of the challenges were we started right in the Busoga region. So when we started in Busoga, these systems were totally free. Would not require even a coin from you. Come and install a fully functional system with the internet, everything, and we just hand you over the system. So what happened in Busoga is that our sites were vandalized. You go back after 3 months and nothing is to be seen. You asked around and said the chairman took a CPU, the vice chairperson took a monitor, and everything is gone. It was really a challenging moment. So we really faced hard time during such periods. So through that, we came up with the MOU, which has been able to solve that challenge. Challenge number 2, we've faced a problem of theft. Some of our stores have been vandalized, have been stolen. Our computers have been taken by, I don't know how to term them. I don't know how to term such people who really want to harm the society all the time. So our computers have been stolen at a certain point, and it was really a big setback. But all in all, you always stand and move forward. That will not make us stop over there. The other challenge we found is you go to a site to a certain group of people, village, rural set, real rural set, concentrated, and you're giving them computers. But someone doesn't know even how to move a mouse. And when he moves the mouse and the cursor is nowhere to be seen, he calls you and says, the mouse, the thing. He calls the thing has fallen here. The thing has fallen here. Man, it's a big challenge to pull up such people, to train them, giving them computer basics to see that they are at a level of knowing how to browse and use the internet and have value for internet. That has been a big challenge. But we continue to do that, and as time has gone on, we've performed well.
Thank you.
So thank you, amongst others, but to mention but a few.
After that long mountain of challenges,
Yes.
what are the fruits besides the successes of Internet for Humanity so far?
Yeah, Internet for Humanity has faced those challenges, but still there are some successes. Mentioned but a few, Internet for Humanity has helped farmers find market for their produce. Internet for Humanity has helped farmers also to have a chance, to have a touch, to feel a mouse, to feel a keyboard. Like this. Yes. They have come to know that this is a monitor. Others could call it a TV. You come and say TV.
TV.
So you have to teach them this is a monitor, this is a keyboard, this is a mouse. So they've been able to learn some computer basics. And Internet for Humanity, it has many successes, and if you visit our website, you can see many. When it comes to schools, it has helped many Ugandans. You know very well Ugandan schools, they are not well equipped with libraries. So since Google has it all, we connected these computers to the internet, so this internet has benefited these children at school so much. Yes.
Thank you so much. Internet for Humanity and colleague.
Yes.
How many sites on column system do you have in Uganda so far?
Thank you, Mr. Paul. We would be having very many, but because of the challenges we mentioned,
The other mountain.
having our computers vandalized and ABCD, we only have 42. 42 sites. That is big. 42 sites fully functional. Sir. Yes.
But now, can you explain
Yeah.
the current need for your system in Uganda? Because you might bring something,
Yes.
or you might be operating something
Yeah.
that is equally as useless.
Thank you, Mr. Paul. Trying to answer your question, the current need for I4H systems in Uganda is so huge. unmentionable, I want to say. Every day our phones, most especially my phone, is flocked with a number of calls for groups requesting our Internet for Humanity systems, because they have been able to learn from the different systems we've installed. They have seen the successes those systems are having. And so all these other groups that have not received these systems are just yearning to have them every day. But because of having that huge request, and our funds are limited, we have not been able to reach their requests yet. Yes, so donors out there, we want to say, please, we need more money, we need more funding so that we can do more systems. Please pass a word to a friend to also become a donor of Internet for Humanity so that we can help more people out there.
Indeed,
yes, sir.
Indeed, there is a need.
There is a need
for humanity.
Yes, sir.
Now, I've seen you have a great magnitude of work in running, installing this system.
Yes.
Where do you get all this money?
Where do we get all
and where
this
have
money?
you gotten this money ever since?
I want to say thank you very much. Internet for Humanity, its fund base is basically from donors.
From donors.
Is basically from donors, and if not donors, it is from the president. There are several times when the I4H account has been empty. But that gentleman, Mr. Robert Potter, I want to say thank you very much.
Thank you.
You are great. You're a great gentleman. You're a great president. You're a great dad. I want to say, you're a great man. That gentleman, he has gone down to his pockets.
That is Mr. Potter.
Mr. Robert Potter.
Potter.
He has gone down to his pocket and he has given us money to run the organization. So I want to say thank you very much. God bless you. Donors, a few friends, that is what I want to say. We don't have any other source of funding. It's basically that.
In any way, has the government been supportive? Because this work, I see, is helping the government also in transforming the nationality. Has there been any kind of support from the government?
Before my wife answers that question, going back to the previous question about where our funds come from, we've also tried to develop a bulk SMS system, which we are giving to our clients, our farmers, our pharmacies and medical centers, at a very subsidized fee, where you find they are only paying about 300,000 to have this installed. So we have that little, very little, less than even 1% that is coming in. But also, very few have yet subscribed to this system because it's a new one that we are trying to develop. So I want to appeal to people over there. I4H has a bulk SMS system that we are giving to our people that we are installing these computers onto, and it has been so helpful to some, even through this COVID season where people are not able to congregate. This bulk SMS system is so important. So those sites that have not subscribed, I want to say subscribe, you're going to see the value for this. Yes, so I'll let my wife answer your question.
Yeah, about the government supporting Internet for Humanity, I'll be straight and say no. The government of Uganda has not been supportive of Internet for Humanity. And I'm looking into this camera and I appeal to the government of Uganda, please come in and support your common people. If other people are coming out, why not you? Please, government, please come out and support us.
I understand.
Yes.
A voice and a request from a woman. It is really a request.
A request.
Yeah.
So the government, I beg, be positive,
Please.
about her concern.
Right.
Now, the whole world has experienced the great pandemic
Yes.
of COVID-19.
Yes.
It has touched each and everyone's economy, social life,
Yeah.
and all the other life perspectives.
Yes.
And therefore it has caused social and economic unrest.
Yes.
As Internet for Humanity, been able to intervene in any way?
Yes, sir. I want to answer that with, or in a capital letters and say yes.
Thank you.
Yes, we all know that during the first lockdown, when COVID had just hit Uganda, of course, we lost many people, not only in this village, but in other villages around the country and around the world. But I want to say during that time, when people learned what to eat, Internet for Humanity came out with the head up, and the donors donated food, donated beans, posho, rice to our people. I want to say, the donors, thank you very much. I am humbled by your big heart to see that you always want to help the people. When you give us a shilling to buy computers, we buy the computers. When you give us a shilling to buy food, we buy the food. And your money saved some people. Though we lost many, but you saved some people. And I want to take this time and request all of us here to take a moment of silence to remember those who passed on. May their souls rest in eternal peace. So, sir, answer, yes. Internet for Humanity and its donors did perfectly well during that season.
Thank you, Mr. Robert. Now, apart from our great donors,
Yes.
which other ways do you look to make to ensure that the project is sustainable?
I will answer your question and say our mandate, most especially the mandate of I4H in Canada, does not allow them get involved into business. So, but the mandate of I4H in Uganda allows us to get involved in business and make some money, which can be used to help more people. But we have not yet come to that point. But at some point, it is something that we might discuss with the concerned people to see the way forward. But currently, it is basically donors and the president and a few friends who are standing in to see that our installations go forward, sir.
As of now,
We already have a consignment ready to go. We already have computers ready to go. What is only lacking is we are lacking, certain budget is lacking some funds. So once we have the funds to transportation, to fuel the car, and accommodation as we are training, those are the few things missing. But as far as gadget is concerned, we have the gadget. And if there is a donor out there who feels you can give us some few logistics, we can get going. So we are ready, sir. Apart from, like I've told you, the funding is limited at some point, but we are always ready to move out there.
ready and steady.
Ready and steady.
Apart from you,
Yes, yes.
does Internet for Humanity have other employees?
Yes, Mr. Paul. In a few years back, that was a big concern. It was basically me and Mr. Robert Porter who were running and down to see that we do these installations. So a few of our friends expressed that concern, and we saw it very important. So currently, I have been grooming a team of people, and one of those is my wife. She's my wife.
Your wife?
Yes, this is my wife.
It's great to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
Hey, I didn't know, my dear.
It's my beautiful, wonderful wife.
Oh,
There are no words to express
Explain.
how good and
how wonderful.
she is. But putting that aside, she's a member, and I don't know which words to use, but she's one of the people I have put my attention to 100%. She can now do what I am able to do. So some of you who were wondering if something happened to, by the way, I am Robert Jr., and the president is called Robert Senior, because we are all Roberts. So the simple expression.
It's the thing of Robert.
Yes, you just called me Robert
Robert.
Jr.
Robert.
Perfect. I enjoy that.
You enjoy
So
it.
Robert Jr. and he's Robert Senior. So when Robert Senior is away and Robert Jr. is away, is Internet for Humanity gone? That was the question, a big question, and it had a very big question mark. And so that question has been answered. She's one of the perfect tool. She can do it.
That's great.
She can do it. She can configure computers. She
She's
can
humble.
configure
She's
OPs.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm telling you. Of late, we are going through, we are configuring the gadgets we're going to be using out to, for the sites you've asked.
The
We're actually
new
going to
sites.
be handling 4, because we handle 4
4.
per installation.
At once.
So yes, we are handling those gadgets, and she's configuring them. I'm telling you, I'm just there to look and do a few things,
Few
but
things and
she's the driver.
that is clear.
So I want to introduce to you another gentleman. He's our boy who we've stayed with. He's taller than me. That is no problem. Come here, Shafiq.
You should find
So
a bending.
I want to say to introduce to Shafiq. Chiza Shafiq. Can you say hi to the people?
Hi, everyone. I'm called Chiza Shafiq.
That is Chiza Shafiq, a gentleman. The way I have trained my wife is the same time I have given to Shafiq. Perfect. He can do stuff. He can do amazing stuff when you meet him. So at point T, when I4H is able to gather enough funds, is able to have enough, I request that these two begin to go with us. At least one of them per cycle begins to go with us to the field, because now we need to test their capacities in the field. Because I have been teaching them, and now I want to see what are they able to do. Whereas me, the teacher, by the way,
Already convinced. Yes.
I am a teacher by profession.
Hey.
Yes,
I can see from the way you are exploring issues.
I am a teacher, and so at times, you cite out students, and that is
Who
the
is
first
who?
grade. That is the first grade, so they are first grade materials.
And the
As
other
far as
is
I4H is concerned. So,
Yes.
answer yes, and we are out to the north. We are out to the west. In the west, I want to mention some few people. There is someone called Mr. Robson. Is the administrator of Botale SEE. Is perfect. I'm mentoring that gentleman, and is doing well. So when it comes to the Kasese area, we also have Mr. David Mayerson. When it comes to the Kasese area, these are people just a call away and say, please go visit site X. There is a problem.
They already
Handle that.
versed with-
Well versed. I'm doing my work, and at point X, I'm just going to sit and cross my legs and look at people do work.
And
Yes.
enjoy the fruits of
Yes,
hard work.
yes, because I'm not going to do this work all my time on earth. There are people who should come in, and
Ensure
things should go on.
continuity.
In the north, there is a gentleman referred to as Mr. Digital.
Eh.
He does not even want to be called by name.
Eh.
He wants to be
Digital.
called Mr. Digital. So Mr. Digital in the north is doing well, and it's just a call away. Please visit ABCD, and things are moving so smooth. So I want to say, look through this camera and tell our funders, our donors, that I4H is building a great team. In Congo, we have a gentleman called Mr. Fadili. We are coordinating with Mr. Fadili, and he's a great learner as well. He grasps things. So, yes, so you don't need to worry that you are in Uganda and you're extending to Congo, who is going to be coordinating things in Congo. I am a great teacher, and you're going to see my students doing wonders. So, thank you.
Oh, nice to meet you.
So, Shafiq, I can excuse you. You can go, Shafiq.
Mr. Robert
Ye-
Jr.
Yes.
Given this magnitude of work,
Yes, sir.
do you have family? Do you get time for your family?
Thank you. Thank you. Like I've told you, she's my wife. What is more importantly is that me and my wife have gone through valleys of death. I don't want to explain that. But through the valleys of death we've been to, we have decided at some point X to pivot our lives to serving Internet for Humanity. Because at a certain point, the donors of Internet for Humanity are people who have given us the money to go through these valleys of death we've been to. They have saved our lives, and as a give back to God, we said we need to serve the people. So for us, the common person suffering is our priority. So yes, I have time for my family, but because my family understands, me and my wife, we understand our calling, it is so simple. We have enough time for our family and enough time to do I4H1.
That's great, because many people get devoted
Yes.
to doing some other works and neglect work.
Right, and yet family is number one.
To one extent,
Yes.
or of the kids,
Yeah.
calling the parents,
Yeah.
uncle,
Oh,
aunt,
yeah.
because there's no time for motherhood and fatherhood.
My dear, my kids
He's a
cry
dad
for
at
He's a
us.
dad.
home. He's a dad.
That's great.
Yes.
Now, apart from this job for all this commitment of Internet for Humanity, do you have any other job?
No.
No.
If we decided to go for other jobs, we do not have enough time for family and enough time to do I4H1, because I4H1 currently is huge, and so if you included in other piece of works, then you're not going to be able to deliver perfectly. And yet I am a perfectionist. I want to do always something to its maximum.
Maximum.
Yes, so currently no, we don't have anything else we do.
Oh, well, you introduced to us your lovely wife.
Yes.
Yeah. Could we know in details about your family?
Okay. Thank you.
First of all, I'm the wife.
Hey.
Yes.
Yeah.
The
He's the husband.
Yeah.
Great.
And
Yes.
these two, we have Shafiq. You have just seen Shafiq.
Yes.
On top of Shafiq, we have 3 biological children, 2 boys and 1 girl. In our house, like I've told you, we've been through challenges. We have a sister to Maureen. Is also putting up with us. On top of that, I want to tell you, it is an extended family being. On top of that, through the valleys of death we've been to, most especially through this COVID season, there is a doctor who was so devoted to our lives, and he was called Mr. Sembatia Charles. He passed on.
Yes.
Quite unfortunate. He passed on, and his wife also passed on. And they had 2 children, boy and a girl, and these children almost were ending up on street because there was no one left to help them. As you know, the family backgrounds of Uganda, you have a family, but the family is totally divided. No one is up to your cause. So we did not want to see these children go like that, so we adopted them into our family through the support of the president of Internet for Humanity. So Kevin Sembatia is staying with us, and then Natasha is also staying with us. So it is quite a big family that we are trying to look after. So if there is someone out there who wants to stand with us in supporting these children, please, you must welcome.
Oh, thank you for giving a hand.
Please.
Indeed, be blessed.
Thank you.
I'm finding hard
Yeah.
to ask this question.
Yeah.
And on the other hand, many find it hard to answer it
Right.
directly. I don't know your take about it.
Yeah.
But how much do you earn? Because I can see you are doing very great work. If you don't mind, share with us.
Thank you, Mr. Paul. For us, amidst presence or absence of money, we are always wearing smiling faces. Those that have met us know that. And how much do we earn? Perfect, a good question. But I want to say we earn enough to earn a living.
It is enough.
We earn enough to earn a living. That is just enough for us. Once our family is able to have food and clothing and move on, that is enough. That is it.
I understand.
Yeah.
Just like you said
Yeah.
previously,
Yeah.
that it is not engaged in business. That your mind is not engaged in business.
Yes.
Suppose someone comes with a proposal of having some business
Yeah.
in or alongside Internet for Humanity. Yes. Do you take it?
I want to say I somehow twinkled that question. We are basically donor-based, and the mandate in Uganda allows us to do that, but we've not thought about that. We have somehow thought about it, but you never know, in the future we shall be talking about that. So I don't want to say yes or no, but that is the current check. We don't have any business, but you never know, we shall talk about it in the future.
Yes. To my best,
Yes.
I think I've squeezed enough juice. In fact, more than enough juice from you.
Thank you.
I've gotten well versed with the internet for humanity.
Yes.
And thank you so much.
Thank you.
Which last words can you give to someone out there?
I'll first let my wife say something, and then I'll say my last words as well. So,
Well, first
Ladies
of all,
first.
thank you very much, Mr. Kasulepo. We are so honored and humbled to receive those
questions given us.
questions you've given us. I'll look into this camera and thank everyone. I'll thank everyone who has donated $1, a shilling to Internet for Humanity. Please, thank you very much. Thank you for everything you've done to us as a toddler family. Thank you for whatever you've done to the needy. Thank you for supporting the families that have suffered with COVID-19. To mention that, thank you for everything. I'm so.
Yes, thank you, my wife. Saying my last few words, I want to say, Mr. Kasule, thank you very much for having us and being able to ask us a few questions so that you understand what is Internet for Humanity. I want to thank our donors. Thank you very much. May God bless you. Our president and mom, thank you very much. You are really heroes of Internet for Humanity. I also want to thank, lastly, a gentleman called Uncle David. That's how we refer to him. We've been able to acquire this camera to do this kind of interview. So, Uncle, thank you very much. He's also constructing a guest house. So, soon it will be up and running. Thank you. You've done incredibly well in our lives as well. You supported us, so God bless you. God bless everyone who has been and stood with us. God bless Internet for Humanity. God bless you all. For God and my country, thank you.